Facing off for just the 6th time, Detroit plays host to Baltimore in Week 3. The Lions attempt to defeat the Ravens for just the 2nd time, right here on E!
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Ravens offense set to take over and led by a man still just in his 4th season in the NFL, the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing is Jackson. He'll get that to the rookie from Minnesota, Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. Call it no gain there on the 1st down play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last two games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the new-look Lion offense here in 2021, led by their quarterback in his first season in Detroit after 5 in L.A., Jared Goff.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute them. I expect him to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20+. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Goff. Open man is Quintez Cephus. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. The tackle made by L.J. Fort. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, here's Swift. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox, on to punt for the Lions, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. Comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop. Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
Here we go.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They run out of the gun with Swift. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Swift. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To throw is gone. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether it's in different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. Time for another look at this Lions offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48. Goff now to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Penei Sewell, the 7th overall pick, hit with a penalty there. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. On the handoff, this is Swift. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now it's gone. Got a man, it's Breshad Perriman. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Swift. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal. A 19-yard attempt.
Bullock's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a conservative decision there, but it does put them on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. As the offense takes the field, we zero in on Lamar Jackson. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he made him buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense set to take over. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Now it's Swift. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now a carry for Swift. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
He was covered by Patrick Lee.
Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Let's go.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watkins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Jackson now. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. And this one taken in by Cephas. 7 yards, the pickup there.
The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Goff. Williams brings it in. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To the air again, Goff. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Goff under pressure, and they got to him again. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage. But the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So Jared Goff, he is the focus of our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. The throw complete here to Williams. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Touchdown, Detroit. Tyrell Williams, 81 yards. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Goff looking to throw. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Jackson from the shotgun. And that's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The sack by Justin Ellis.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the full start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, Swift. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Justin Houston on the stop. Brings up 3rd down.
Goff now looks to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? and that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here in this drive.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Now it's Jackson. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Jackson to Watkins there for the Baltimore first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They go play action now. Jackson. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Jackson will throw again. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. These guys had a punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wind up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Goff. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Lions took a flyer on Williams. He put 4 years with the Chargers and 2 more with the Raiders. Missed all of 2020 with a shoulder injury. Trying to get back in form. Grabs one there for a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running is Swift. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now it's Goff. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Another nice decision there by Marcus Peters to go for the football. And he comes down with it yet again. Since coming into the league in 2015, no one has more interceptions than Marcus Peters. He's averaged better than 5 per year.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Edwards. And he will push his way forward down to about the 30-yard line. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're here without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Jackson going to run.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Now this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit, because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now a first down throw. Goff.
Quickly to Hockenson.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
T.J. Hockenson came into the NFL with big expectations. His big strides, they came in year 2 when his receptions jumped from 32 as a rookie to 67 last year. They expect those numbers to continue to go up, and they will when he continues to make catches like that.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
They'll run here with Swift.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Once again, it's Swift.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. That is caught. It's Williams.
Yeah, he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Goff on first down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Justin Houston picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And Bullock will put this one through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he returns this to the 22. Let's go.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up second and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Jackson, draw play to Dobbins.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
To throw is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there.
And you'd think on 3rd down, they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond would elect not to bring it out.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Goff. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Goff now looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tackle at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the gun, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. On third down, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Julian Okwara coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1, and, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On first down, it's gone. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And goes for a gain of 31.
They keep looking his way, and he certainly keeps delivering. That puts him just shy of 200 yards receiving now for the game. And I've got a feeling they'll keep calling his number until the end. Got to wonder, if you're on defense and you know he's getting the ball, can't you make an adjustment?
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Here's Goff. And this one's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Goff. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Dobbins. Down right around the 25. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Off the option, here's Edwards. Fighting through, and he's got space. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. A shotgun snap, and again to Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Jackson now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1-2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, okay, we're still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it at 0-3. But the other part, too, it leads to doubt about your system, leads to doubt about your coaches. They don't have to worry about that now. They can move forward.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On 1st down, gone. Pass complete, it's Hockenson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Gone. And that's caught by Williams. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Goff. He's got Perriman, and he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. But now it's 3rd and goal. Goff throwing again. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. Past midfield, look out. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. And you know they enjoyed taking that knee because they're now going to be 1-2 instead of 0-3. And psychologically, that's a big difference early in the season.
It certainly is. It's a big barrier breaker because you get to 0-3, you're not thinking playoffs. At 1-2, you still believe that you're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, you feel you got some hope on your side. 0-3, things start to look pretty bleak. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Ravens, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.